Hi, I'm TJ Saunders and welcome to a special edition of the Country Carnival Bowls. Live here from the Henley Beach Ramsgate Hotel. Welcome to my co-host Jess Alvaro.
Hi TJ, hi everybody.
Well, look, coming up in today's show, we've got having a chat with a few greenskeepers and also...
We've also set up an interview, a Skype interview with Australian bowler Brett Wilkie.
So look, all that and more, stick around, enjoy the show.
The challenge ahead. 23 clubs in one day, they all said it was impossible. I could do it for the clubs. I could do it for the gladiators of this great game. But I knew I needed something bigger. I must do it for Australia.
Okay, so first of all, where are you from?
Woodinner.
Crander.
Butte.
Murray Bridge.
Jervis Bowling Club.
Kadina. Yep.
Correct. So what brought you down to the Country Carnival?
Probably because I've been coming for 20 odd years.
Oh, well, I grew up with one young Dennis from Jervis, so it gives me the chance to come to Adelaide and play with him.
Good time and just enjoy our bowls.
I've never been before, and I've always wanted. It's always been something I wanted to do. So this is the year I decided to come down.
Is it just an excuse for a holiday, or?
No, we try very hard. We're all bowls down here. We don't have any fun at all.
That's not what I hear.
The Country Carnival event is an annual event where people from the country come down and compete in singles, pairs and fours events. And unfortunately this year, the singles event, which was to be held yesterday, was cancelled because of all the rain. So there won't actually be a Country Carnival singles event in 2016.
In one word, how would you describe your performance today? Ordinary.
Okay. Pretty terrible at the moment, yeah.
A bit more than one word, but which one of those are you going to choose?
Terrible.
We're here to please the opposition.
And it sounds like you're doing a fine job at that.
We have so far this weekend.
Yeah.
1 down, 22 to go. Everything is going to plan.
Did you know there's a statistic that over 50% of bowlers are over the age of 55?
Yeah.
So, how old are the other bowlers?
I'd say in their 30s.
I couldn't give you a proper figure. I think that'd be 40 plus.
Yeah, that age group between 60 and maybe 75.
Under 55, I hope.
Less than.
Over 80.
Under 55, I'd imagine.
21 to go, 20... this gate. Alley-oop. Yeah, 21 to go, 21 to go. Coffee, check. Main course, check. Dessert, check. Okay, 20 to go, 20 to go. Camera, tripod, mic, and... Oh, where's everybody? Oh, they must be at lunch. Damn.
I think the excellent thing with it is that it brings together a lot of country people from all over South Australia, guys that don't see each other from one year to the next.
And how far have you travelled from?
From Sejuna, nearly 800 k's.
Wow, that's commitment, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm from Kangaroo Island, Emmy Bay.
I'm Keith, Derek Keith. I'm Jervis.
Country Carnival today, we had a very good start, but the boys here, Eric and Ian, rolled us by a couple of shots in the last game.
So where are you from?
Georgetown. Yeah, where the men and the sheep are nervous.
If we're going to get through the rest of these clubs, I need a new strategy.
What brought you to the Country Carnival? So we're here at Country Bowls, Country Carnival at Glenelg Bowling Club. So how's the carnival going today?
Well, unfortunately, it's not a carnival, it's just social bowls. We haven't got the country carnival here today.
And so how are you playing then? Good?
Oh, yeah, always.
Yeah.
Always playing well. Yeah. Getting on the kitty, and it's nice to see you here. Glenelg Bowling Club, one of the oldest clubs.
Yeah,
So
okay.
It's nice to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, TJ. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah. No, I'll get there next. Oh, yeah. No, plenty. Easy. Now, I'm at Underdale. Joking. Underdale. Oh, gotcha. Why would I be at Underdale? I mean, what's at Underdale? I mean, come on.
So Jess, we're going to have a chat with some of the greenskeepers that make our game so good. I think we're going to be talking with Wayne Rudiger, Nigel Ryan, Scott Tholburn and Ash Wiley, just to name a few of them.
They are the backbone of our sport, aren't they? They keep our greens in pristine condition week in, week out.
And often say the difference between a good greenskeeper and a great one, and to make your game great, is that extra effort they put in, that care, and you see them tirelessly looking at it. It must be difficult to be a player greenskeeper.
It must be very difficult.
Because you'd be looking at that green every minute, wouldn't you, thinking about what I have to do when I come off the green. And if you have a look at the greenskeeper, and all very, very good bowlers, so their concentration level must be far better than mine, I can assure you that.
Mine as well.
Yeah, so look, let's have a look at that footage now.
I started here in April, took over from a guy named Andrew, who's been doing it for about 22 years, I believe.
My name's Scott Tholburn. I've been a greenkeeper at LA Bowling Club for coming up on my 7th season.
Currently, B green is a pile of dirt, and in about 3 months' time we'll have a nice tiff dwarf green ready to go.
My name is Nigel Ryan. I'm owner-director of D&D Curators. D&D Curators have 11 bowling clubs on their books currently and 4 cricket clubs. We currently have 5 fully qualified staff, and the exciting factor of having 4 first-year apprentices this year.
Yeah, I'm based here at Ascot Park. I'm apprentice, only started about 5 months ago. Work with D&D Curators. Nigel Ryan's my boss.
I've been lucky enough to be here for about 16 years. I got into it through my grandfather many years ago, 20 odd years ago. He was a member of Holdfast Bay Bowling Club. They were looking for an apprentice, so I took the opportunity to go down and have a chat, and next minute I'm into greenkeeping.
So what are some of the challenges as a greenkeeper?
Every week's sort of a battle. You're always fighting the weather conditions that comes for greenkeeping.
Biggest challenge is getting good coverage across your green, so full cover of grass is required, and sometimes it doesn't quite work out that way. This year we had a bit of problem with a bit of algae and a bit of moss through winter.
Probably the biggest challenge is working 7 days a week in summer.
When you get excessive heat, the greens sort of tend to dry out by Thursday, so you've got to try to get some more water on without upsetting all the bowlers.
Well, the advantages are, I suppose, it's just so easy to have practice. You finish work at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and bang, you can step foot out of the shed straight into the green, and it just makes it easy.
I did a work experience for last year at school, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I did it with Max Kleinig down at Holdie, and I was just seeing the opportunity and thought I'd take it, and I'm loving it, so it's good.
They're pretty quick to let you know either way, so they don't hold back, which is good.
They come out on a Saturday saying why they're a little bit slow. What have you done? Haven't you been at work this week is the most common one I get. Sort of like, where you've been playing. But pretty fortunate that I play a lot of bowls that coincide with my work, and I've got sort of some good volunteers here that help out, but I'm always the first to know when the greens weren't quite up to their liking. They joke about it with me, which is good. They might be partially serious, but we have a laugh about it. I tell them they can have my job if they really want it.
So backlapping a cutter is a maintenance tool to make sure your blades are as sharp as possible, so that every time you cut, you're being as efficient as you can. Backlapping involves using a suspended gel backlapping paste that you apply to the blade spinning in reverse, preferably that spinning action in reverse is as slow as possible, so as the sharpening has more effect.
So obviously with your grass, it's always playing at its best bowls when it's nice and dry. and obviously grass needs a lot of water to grow. So it's just about sort of timing your waterings and then timing your cutting and rolling so that when you come around to game day, they're at the best they can be.
With the hot weather policy, how does that? What are your opinions on that with your job?
I find it tough because suddenly 38 degrees gets forecast. You've got to get 2 greens ready by 8:45. Theoretically, I've got a noise pollution issue where I'm not allowed to start a machine before 8 o'clock. So it's pretty hard to cut and roll greens in 45 minutes to get them ready for play. So in other words, there's got to be sacrifices, and sometimes it means that they're playing on a green that's not fully prepared.
Yeah, we're all pretty tight community really, and we're all, I would hope, we're all pretty willing and able to help each other out in times of need. One of my greatest personal achievements, I guess, in recent times is being able to offer Kalangadoo Bowling Club in the lower southeast some assistance in replacing what was a bent green surface that would get established. It would die after a few months, after the root system got a bit bigger. Took to it with a spade, noticed they had a black layer in there, which obviously was removed, and they currently have a fantastic Santa Ana surface that in total cost around about $30,000. They couldn't afford to go to artificial obviously, so the smaller cost of $30,000 was more of an option. And they currently, with my ongoing assistance, they maintain the green themselves and do a fantastic job. It was a real heartfelt experience for the town people as far as seeing a sporting club actually run the risk of closing down. So it was fantastic to be involved in a process where you know, they were able to succeed in their efforts, in our efforts, and yeah, it's a fantastic green to bowl on now, and yeah, everybody's happy, so it's a win-win.
We're down here at the Ramsgate Hotel with a couple of country carnival bowlers. They're down here from Barbara. We've got Neville and Garen Jenke. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks, Jess.
So you were down here playing the fourth today?
Yes, we were today with a couple of the other Barbara bowlers, and yeah, had a great day and really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Got singles tomorrow and pairs on Wednesday.
So the pairs combination, father and son?
Yep.
Father and son. Of course, there is another Jenke that people may know, and I hear that Jenke probably beat you at bowls. Yes or no?
There's quite a few around, actually. Yeah.
So you were down at Summerton today, playing the fours, dropped a couple and a heartbreaker.
Yeah, he dropped 2 by 1.
Two games by one shot.
Is this your first country carnival?
Yep.
It's your first
year.
Yes.
Yeah, mine too.
Yours too. So you're looking forward to the format and the week ahead?
Yeah, I think we both agree if it's like today, it would be great. And closeness and competition, yeah.
So saying it's your first one, and you guys have been bowling for some time, sort of an institution, as you're saying, in the Barbara area, the Jenkies. What drew you to this year?
I have thought about it for a few years. I guess a couple of years ago, Andrew Hill ran into him and said, I just can't believe your dad still doesn't go to the country carnival. I thought he would, and this year we got asked, and I thought, well, yeah, why not? Give it a go, and I've loved it, so I've enjoyed it already, and it's only the beginning of it.
So you're saying about being 17 and skipping, so I know we had an interview with Mr. Studham, but for yourself, is there any challenges or anything that or obstacle or things that you worry about when you're skipping?
Not really, I just think that nothing's in my way. I just bowl like normal.
Yep. What about when the players aren't doing exactly what you need them to do?
If they do bad bowls and stuff, I just laugh at them.
Well, it's inspirational indeed.
Well, what he means by that, I like it.
It doesn't put them down and stuff.
Yep.
It just that way they're still happy, sort of.
Yep.
Thing and keeps them in the game, and they might move it back up.
He's got a good attitude that way. I think, you know, in bowls you've got some skippers that'll go at the players, but he's got that attitude. No one deliberately bowls bad, and I think it's great. And part of that's got to give the credit to some of the coaches in the under-18s. I've been with the girls starting before him, obviously, and seen a lot of coaches come and go, and it's been great. Josh was one of the guys he was with for years, and they teach him that if you haven't got anything good to say about a bowl, don't say anything good at all. And I think it's a great attitude what's coming through our younger brigade.
Yep. That's very true indeed. And one of the things that, bowlers, irrespective of the age, can be put off.
Exactly.
For sometimes the smallest of things, it's quite interesting to find. It's I find that at times a simple comment, you can detract your whole game. Because you keep focusing on the wrong thing, you should be focusing on the game. So what next, mate? What's your next goal in your bowls career?
It's just get used to skipping pretty much for now, and then I'm hoping to make the under-25s team when I go down for my first training.
Hopefully off to the Australian Open in June, so that'd be most probably your next
for experience.
For hoping,
Take a few scalps up in the Gold Coast.
Yeah, we went last year, and I just went down in 2 of my games, but it was a good experience because one of them against was Dylan Fisher.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And I lost by 2 against him. Yep. And then another guy I played, he came runner-up in the men's Australian Open singles, so I only just went down to him again by 5 points.
Yep.
So it's a good experience playing
so
those
close.
top players.
So this year, one step closer.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Yeah. It's great to have you on board here at Bowls Exposed, mate. Enjoy your night here at the Ramsgate Hotel, and
thank you.
Keep watching.
So TJ, how many games of Law Bowls have you played?
Jess, I reckon about 200. About yourself.
I, to be honest, wouldn't have a clue. Not have a clue.
How many years you played?
It's been about 5 seasons on and off.
So this is leading somewhere. Jess, what do you got for us?
Well, we've got a couple of 1,000 gamers from Hawthorn Bowling Club.
1,000 games?
1,000 games, yeah.
So how many years would that be? That'd have to be close to 50, 55 years.
It would be, yeah. And all at the same club.
Same club?
Same club.
Together, and I've actually been led to believe, Jess, there's only a handful of games between them.
Wow, so they probably started roughly around the same time.
You think so?
Yeah. So the Bowls Exposed team caught up with Glenn Dow and David Sutherland.
I started 1978, and that back in the days when it was all whites.
I've been rolling the greens pretty well since I finished work, which was 1986. I used to do a fair bit of mowing as well when I first started.
For starters, there were very few under 40 who played bowls.
Well, I think it's very important because we've got 120 men members or something and 30 or 40 women. A big 2 nights of night hawks, as we call them.
So it's quite a different game. I think it's more scientific now.
In 80s and 90s, I used to play in our top team. This year, due to the heart attack I had and no trial games or anything, I was in the 3rd and 4th team, so but still not too bad for what's happened. And
when I first started, if you were under 50, well, you were young. But now, anybody that's 17, 18, and particularly the young women that are playing, those that are really good are really top notch.
Since then there's been an influx of better bowlers, I suppose you might say, and I've shuffled up and down the list a little bit. Physical condition at the moment, so you never know, I might get back up a bit further. My natural look. Yeah. It's just the sort of treatment you get.
So guys, we've got Brett Wilkie, Australian bowler, all-round good guy from Queensland. So on the show, Brett, thanks for joining us this evening, mate. Look, we're just talking a second ago, mate. You've had a bit of an interesting day with one of our AFL teams up there in Queensland, mate.
Yeah, the Western Bulldogs are up here at Mooloolaba and on the Sunshine Coast at the moment and enjoying a training camp, and had a bit of a competition lawn bowls afternoon, so it was very fierce competition, and they went well.
Mate, so NTC coach, mate, look, exciting, I guess, for yourself to be working with the talent, upcoming talent. What's the pool in Queensland like at present, mate?
Yeah, it's really exciting to work with all the young ones coming through, and to be a part of trying to help them achieve their goals, and when they do achieve some of them, it's really enjoyable to be a part of it and to watch them grow as people and also as players. So we've got some great young ones coming through. They had a little bit of success in the Australian Open last year, a couple of my players, and also different other major events. So they're all continually improving and working hard.
If there's one tip you can give a young and up-and-coming bowler, what would that be?
I think when they're young and coming, they've got to, first of all, they've got to get out and enjoy it and have fun, but and work hard. I think a lot of people these days don't seem to have the work ethic like a lot of the ones from years ago in the past. I often speak to a lot of top bowlers who are current top bowlers now, and I think years gone by it was always regarded that every one of those really worked hard when they were a junior. And I think now, these days, some of the juniors don't work as hard, and they think it's just going to happen, all by itself. So I think they've got to realise that they've actually got to work hard, put the time in, and be really keen, and enjoy it while they're doing it, and have fun.
But mate, been long-term member of the Australian squad. What would you consider be the most memorable win that you've had as a member of the team?
Probably being in Adelaide when we won the World Championship gold medal there in the fours, and also the overall men's team gold. It was great to be a part of, especially in front of our home crowd, and so I've got fond memories of Adelaide there, and we spent a lot of time leading up to the World Championships in 2012 and a couple of years before that leading up to it, so a lot of good memories in and around Adelaide.
There's going to be a big year ahead with bowlers in Australia and coming up overseas and with Commonwealth Games. What are you looking forward to from a personal level?
I'm sort of the oldest in the squad now, so I'm trying to hang in there before all the young ones I coach take over. But just looking forward to the next major event, which is obviously the Trans-Tasman, to do well there, and with the idea of getting to the World Championships. But for me, living on the Gold Coast, I've got big aspirations of trying to make it to the Commonwealth Games here in 2018. So it was fantastic to be able to win a World Championship gold medal in front of our home crowd in Adelaide, but to do it a Commonwealth Games gold medal here on the Gold Coast would be amazing. So that's my long-term goal at the moment, first to make the team, and then also I've been lucky enough to win a silver medal in Delhi Commonwealth Games with Mark Casey, and then also a bronze in the Glasgow Commonwealth Games. So nothing would be better to add a gold to that in the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games if selected.
Well, Jess, end of another great episode.
It was, and it was great being down here at the Ramsgate Hotel.
Coming up next week, we'll be from the Millswood Bowling Club.
Looking forward to that.
Catch up with some of the boys down there that have really put a lot of time into resurgence and bringing it back on its feet.
Yep, and the following week, the boys will be down at the Caravan and Camping Show, so head on down and say hello.
So, until next week, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week.